I made 300% on a trade this week. So,
It's true.
as you guys know, or could assume, I suppose, he spends a lot more time looking at the stock market than I do.
Yes.
So thankfully, he sent me a text message one day and said, holy crap, BFI. Took me a minute to realize what BFI meant. But anyway, he was just impressed at how well that stock was doing, knowing that I was a stockholder. So we had a little bit of a discussion. I know he's not supposed to be helping me, but I said, hey, well, should I sell a chunk of this while it's up 300%? Since you seem remarkably impressed by this, maybe I should take advantage. So we decided I should sell a portion of it. So I kept some and I sold some to just kind of pocket that gain.
Yeah, I think you sold about a third of it. So keeping the other 2/3, making 300%, I think it was in 2 weeks because you bought that 2 weeks ago. So making 300% in 2 weeks, it's always good to take a little bit and then just see what it does with the rest. So I was definitely impressed with that. So when I saw it move, I had to let her know. So
Thankfully.
Amazing. So
otherwise I may have missed it. See, you got to pay attention.
That is very true. You have to pay. Well, that's why I look. She kind of that's why we're easing.
I know he's got my back. I don't have to worry.
And I think now that's your best performing stock in all of your portfolio. It's either there or I know that Sprouts actually went up
Sprouts is
pretty
doing
well.
really
I think it was $100 a share or very close to it today. So pretty impressive with that. So this is the end of July. It is July 31st today. And we're just gonna go quickly over our total percentage gains for this month alone. For this month, Jill is up 6.61%. Pretty impressive, Jill. I was up only 0.056%, but I was red other than today. So it was a pretty wild month for me. I think I was up this month at 11% at my peak, and then it all just kind of washed away last week, which kind of sucks, but that's the way things go when you trade. It goes up and it goes down.
True story.
I know. Now we're gonna go on to this week's trades. We actually did a poll on Twitter or X or whatever you wanna call it. And the question was if we should buy a stock under $1 this week. And nearly 85% of people said yes to that. So we both chose a stock this week under $1. Now, kind of like Jill's BFI trade, stocks that are under $1 usually are very, very risky. They tend to lose more than they gain. So we went with a bit of a risky trade, the both of us, just based off of the audience this week. So I'm gonna go over the one that I took and kind of why I took that. So I'm not even gonna have Jill guess because she won't even be close to what it is like we normally do. So this week I actually bought a company called Knightscope. I can't remember the name of it, but it's KSCP.
Even he doesn't know.
So they make security robots. So I think the last thing I saw is they had a video of a security robot doing traffic at the MGM, and they do stuff in universities. So I think it was 24 cents a share or something like that. But it's a name that I've looked at for the last few years, especially with robotics on the future coming up. It was just a little bet that I wanted to take, and so I went with that one.
I like it.
What did you choose for your stock under $1?
So, I don't know as many stocks under $1, and I don't know how to search for stocks under $1. I tried asking Google, stocks under $1, well-known companies for stocks under $1. I had no idea how to even
search for a stock under $1?
Search for this. Okay, so this could be a learning moment. So as he just said, my BurgerFi stock is under $1. So I had just sold some earlier in the week, but I sold it when it was 71 cents. I sold it at 71 cents.
I know. I was going to say you sold it basically at the top.
I'm telling you to stop interrupting me because I know the information. Because I looked. So 71 cents, I sold that chunk. I bought it back at 57 cents.
Interesting.
So I still think it's gonna go back up, and it had dropped a little, so I felt okay saying, okay, this is a good stock for under $1. So I invested my entire $50 for the week back into BurgerFi at 56 or 57. Right. And that's actually still where it's at. So right now, I didn't lose any, didn't gain any extra, but I didn't lose any. That's the most important thing.
It is. It's also interesting that the under the dollar thing was a difficult thing for you as far as just in my world.
I had no idea what to do.
That's very interesting. But it's also kind of a noteworthy thing that it's taking you 7 months, I feel like, to make like your first, it wasn't a day trade, but it was like a trade within a week where you bought it, you sold it, and then you rebought it even lower. So this is interesting to notice after 7 months that you've done something similar to that. So it's kind of exciting for the forefront.
I never would have done that back in the day.
No, so
or like when we started.
I definitely appreciate Twitter's input on the survey for under $1 stock. So we're gonna go ahead and go over the totals that we have. Last week, Jill was at $2,008.73, up 8.58%. This week,
but now,
she is now at $2,210.97, up a whopping 16.37%.
Ow!
I mean, wow. I think that's better than the S&P 500. It's very close. I'd have to look. I don't know off the top of my head. But last week, I was actually almost red again for the year at $1,858 or $50.81, up 0.04%. But now this week, I got a little bit back. I'm at $1,948.31, up 2.54%. So I'm back on the up and up. It's very interesting. I know that I don't even know if we'd want to roll it back, but I know I said a few months ago that I might pass Jill. I got close, and then it's like somebody just ran over my foot, and she just took off. So it's pretty crazy. Anything to add, Jill?
No.
All right. Well, then we'll see you guys back next week.